Hello, everyone. My name is Monica McDaniel, and my cultural artifact that I'm going to present is just a simple picture of my mother and my father. Most of you guys know that I'm originally from California and I'm here in Memphis. I've been here for a while, actually, but I really don't have that many artifacts because I just kind of started my life here since I was 18. But I do have a picture of my parents here in my office, and I keep it behind my desk because whenever I'm feeling homesick or anything of that nature, I always look at this as a constant reminder of where I come from and my true inspiration. So the one reason why I want to share this picture with you guys as my cultural artifact is because, number one, I just feel like my mother just looks so regal in this picture. I think we live in a day and age nowadays where being ladylike sometimes has a tendency to not be as existent as it used to be in the past. And I just remember as a child growing up, my mother always taught me, act like a lady, be very ladylike. And when I look at this picture, this is a constant reminder of basically how my mother is always. And now even in adulthood, I feel like I take on those characteristics of my mother. And even in the classroom or if I'm in the hallway with the children, I say that constantly to the young girls in front of us, like to always act ladylike and to always be on your best behavior because it's just such a ladylike thing to do. Another thing that I want to represent in this picture is I just see like perseverance in this picture. My parents are from rural Louisiana, the boot state. And I can remember my parents telling me stories about how they went to school and it was all black until they got to high school, and the huge struggles that they had once they integrated the schools. So when they went to high school, they finally integrated the schools and how they had to suffer through so much racism and things of that nature in high school. And this picture just to me represents like the perseverance of them, because both of their parents did not come from a college background. My grandmother dropped out of school when she was in the 8th grade, and my grandfather has a 6th grade education. So my parents are first time graduates, HBCU graduates at that. And this picture just shows perseverance to me. Another thing that stands out that represents like who I am in my culture is look at the smiles on their face. It's kind of amazing. I'm always smiling. I'm always a bubbly type person. I consider myself to be a very extrovert person. But I think that through it all, you always have to smile. You always have to keep a smile on your face. And even here in education, when we greet our children at the door, we greet them with a smile on our face. You forget about what happened the night before. It is a brand new day. So whenever I get down or just whenever something is going on in life, this picture is a constant reminder just to like keep smiling. So I always feel like despite it all, you can always find something to smile about. And the last thing that represents my culture and who I am and where I come from is just, I would say like the closeness. Like my parents are like literally holding on to each other very tightly. And it just represents like hold on to your family members and hold them tight and love on them dearly, because they're going to always have your back. And this just represents how close a family I come from. I come from a family that still has family reunions every year. I know some families still don't do that, but we have family reunions every summer. So it represents the closeness that we have as a family. And yes, I traveled to Louisiana for that family reunion. So I would definitely say that that is basically, it represents who I am and everything that I'm about. And I would say that I can use something very similar to this in the classroom. I wouldn't necessarily ask them to bring a picture of their family, but if they wanted to, they could. I've done a thing called a me bag in school before, where kids are getting a brown paper sack and they're allowed to decorate the sack any kind of way they want. And they're allowed to bring 5 items inside the bag, and they stand in front of their peers and they bring out different artifacts from their home that represents who they are, because it's their me bag. So this activity that I did is just very similar to what we just did. So this is a good way to incorporate this in the classroom as well. It's called a me bag. Thank you.